Taking life one cup at a time. Hey there, how you doing today? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with the cryptocurrency market? Well, I mean, it looks like a lot of sideways movement. Of course, we see Bitcoin Cash there really making a jump today, coming up 67%. But, we'll get to that and reasons why in a moment. We're looking at Bitcoin coming in at $4,351. That's down 2%. I'm sure we'll gain that back, no problem. Day trading, it's always down and up between, especially early in the morning like this as we're switching over from the Asian markets to the U.S. markets. We got Ethereum coming in at 307. That's down 0.6%. And we got Bitcoin Cash coming in at 502, that's up 67%. So, I mean, we got a trading volume of $7 billion in the last 24 hours. That's a lot higher than what we've been. We've been looking at $5 billion for the last few days. We're up $2 billion. Cryptocurrency is growing. I mean, there's new people in it all the time. The amount of stuff that, is being traded around daily and used for purchasing is always increasing as more and more people are starting to put this as, a form of their payments and stuff. We still got Bitcoin dominance at 49.4%, hanging out at 50%, and that's absolutely great considering how many altcoins are out there and especially how much of a gain we just looked at Bitcoin Cash gaining. We still got an overall market cap of $145.3 billion, and I mean, that's absolutely amazing to me because I remember the days of trying to break $100 billion for a market cap. We're looking at Ripple making more sideways movement, coming in at 15.9 cents. Ripple's been struggling lately to see any big gains, but at the same time, they're a payment system for banks. So, I mean, steady currency between them, or steady value between the currency of, bank-to-bank transfer is something more of what you're looking for. It just really sucks for day trading, right? We got Litecoin coming in at $46.89. That's up 5%. So there we go. We're on the other side of the $45 spot, heading back towards $50. Hopefully we'll be able to get through that barrier here soon, especially by the end of the year, which is closing in fast. And, see something, like that $100, right? Let's see it double. That'd be great. So we got NEM coming in at 48.8 cents. That's down 2%. Nothing big there. Normal volatility. NEM's made some big moves recently, so hopefully we can continue to see that go upwards and onwards. We got Dash coming in at 235, that's down 4%. But Dash is seeing some big gains recently. They're on the other side of the $200 spot. They're headed towards 250. Dash has a lot of things always going for it with their governance system and all of that. Hopefully we'll continue to see Dash make some big gains. We got Ethereum Classic coming in at $14.25. That's up 0.6%. Nothing big there. We got Monero down 0.5%, coming in at $48.75. Nothing big there either. And we got Zcash down 4%, but still holding on to the other side of $200 at $206. And let's see, what we got Steam at $1.12. That's not that bad in my eyes. We're down 0.7, so that's a little sideways movement. And there we go. We got Steam back dollar coming in at 97 cents. That's up 0.3.4. Looks like we're getting closer back to that buck, which shows me that all these altcoins are getting back near their current value if you're using that like I've been using it to determine what's up with all these altcoins. Me, I'm really not super into all the altcoins. I'm real big into Bitcoin or whatever. I always don't have that much cryptocurrency to be stacking away or whatever. And, I've done some trading, and if I'm not really shooting long term, it seems like I'm more out there losing my money or whatever, and I really don't have it to lose. So that's why I'm... a lot of people are asking me questions all the time about like IOTA and NEO, and I mean, I've read on them and I've started understanding what they are, but I'm not really personally investing in them. So if I'm not investing in them and I'm not out there understanding it 100%, I'm usually not trying to get on here and explain it to you guys. I'm sure that there's other YouTubers out there that are specifically geared towards talking about these brand new altcoins and, their technology. Bitcoin is still going to be a technology of the future. When we're looking at Bitcoin and we're looking at what it's supposed to be able to do and what we want it to do, we're still looking at us being so much of an early adopter that if we're looking for a day-to-day case use, we need to start looking at the generation younger than us, because they'll be, when they're near our age or older, is when this will be seen on a day-to-day basis, and a majority of people out there in society will be using it. Bitcoin is still, the number of people that are actually aware of Bitcoin is such a few number that it is hard to find people out there to actually interact with on a day-to-day basis. And that's why I started this YouTube channel, trying to get in contact with other people out there to converse with on Bitcoin and, help me understand it and help support it and help try to get the word out there to everybody else. So what do we got here for news on Bitcoin and coffee? Well, we're looking at Bitcoin Cash, right? It's gone up 67%. That's really big. A lot of people were talking about how this stuff was going to die off, and not make it very far. I was saying that I helped it at least held out for a little while in the altcoin market to be able to move some of these big blockers over there to help lessen the contention that we're feeling on the Bitcoin network. As we still continue to move forward through these scaling debates on whether or not we had the 2 megabyte block or not. It looks like Bitcoin Cash has went ahead and they produced their first 8 megabyte block. That's absolutely wonderful. It goes to show that their technology is actually capable of producing it. They fit about 40,000 transaction in this. This ended up having to happen because they've been getting spammed the last couple days over on their network. They're saying that this is, coming from the outside. Somebody must have spent quite a bit of money to make this happen as a way to try to shut down the network. But in turn, actually, it looks like it's just doing them a favor because they had to produce this 8 megabyte block. It shows the network's being able to withstand the spam attack and actually do better than what the Bitcoin network is, because as a lot of people have pointed out, the Lightning network is going to be fairly centralized. It's going to take it a while to be able to get on the Bitcoin network and be able to handle a large number of transactions. We're still looking at a decent user interface for a wallet. So, here we go with Bitcoin Cash perfectly right off the bat here in just a matter of weeks, being able to knock out 40,000 transactions in one block, which will take quite a while for Bitcoin to actually get to that point still. So quite a, traders have jumped in. We got 1.7 billion traded in the last 24 hours in Bitcoin Cash. And this block was actually mined by BitClub. Because we're still wondering who exactly is out there mining this Bitcoin Cash. And it seems like after maybe this price gain, they'll actually get more support here. Or is this just just another pump and dump method for people to get more crypto? Only time tells. The market determines all with this stuff. Because as we're looking forward down the road, we're also looking at a potential split again of another Bitcoin. We could have 3 here as we look at whether or not we're going to have a segregated witness Bitcoin with a 2 megabyte block and one with a 1 megabyte block. The FUD and the supports of different YouTubers and groups are starting to come in all over the place. Everyone's starting to draw lines in the sands, trying to figure out what they're going to do. But at the end of the day, the market determines all, and it actually matters if people put money where their mouth is. This stuff doesn't actually matter unless you get out there and start mining it, if it has a real case use scenario, if people are holding this. Or is just going to just be another split for people to try to get more money so they can dump and get more Bitcoin at the end of the day. I can't say what's going to happen with all these things. I'm still holding my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin Cash. I'm not really one to sell out, and day trading's hard to actually make any money at, or at least for me it is. I'm a long-term holder myself. So, what else do we got on news? Well, we got news coming in all over the place. I got a little piece of news here that Blockchain Info, they've added Ethereum. They're partnering with Shapeshift. This is going to be able to help bring you Ethereum wallets, help you Shapeshift. They bought Keep Key too. So they're growing and growing over there as an exchange. I use them too. A lot of people are using them. So that's great to see that this place is growing. This cryptocurrency exchange is getting out there and trying to get into hardware wallets, be able to get people to do stuff that they weren't able to do before here if they're on Blockchain Info, to be able to trade from Ethereum to Bitcoin and back and forth. I also got news that Egypt is getting their first exchange, so that's great. That'll put a place for them to be able to get Bitcoin, and once they start getting Bitcoin, they can get into this whole cryptocurrency. This is great because they've also started losing value over the last few years, up to 50%, they're saying. This is a similar situation to what they're looking at in Venezuela. The currency is, getting out of control, and they're having trouble retaining value. So of course, Bitcoin is a great exit for that, for them out of fiat cash, because Bitcoin's always growing, right? Next up, I got that Proton Mail. They're out of Swiss. It's an encrypted email system. They're officially going to be taking Bitcoin as payment options. Back in 2014, they started taking Bitcoin when their PayPal account was frozen. They're looking at trying to take other cryptos soon. So this is great. Encrypted emails. It's not something I use on a daily basis, but a lot of people out there, you have to be cautious, especially, with companies and everything else that you're doing out there. Hackers are all over the place, Sometimes you got to protect your information. Them using cryptocurrency along with this is always a plus. And the last little bit I got of news is that there's information out there being said about Trezor's having a hack. It's nothing really to worry about. It means that they have to actually have your Trezor in their possession, open it up, do stuff to the inside, and then the newest update is fixing this solution. So, there's no actual accounts of this actually happening to someone. somebody. It's more of a person that, went through a Trezor, found this situation, tried to make some wild claims about it not being fixable, but then Trezor went out there and they've have a update with a fix for it. So if you have one of those as your hardware wallets, please, do the update. As always, update all of your software as often as possible. That stuff has automatic updates on a lot of your computers and everything else, and you should constantly be doing that. Outdated software is one of the easiest ways for hackers to get in there. And as always, if you've got cryptocurrency, please try to get a hardware wallet, especially if you got a couple $100 of it. Don't keep it on an exchange. Don't keep it anywhere you don't own your private keys. Constantly be aware of scams. As I'm constantly saying out there, you have to do the job yourself when it comes to cryptocurrency. A lot of people are talking about Genesis mining and how they're not paying out and all of that, and yeah, they're having problems. This happens in cryptocurrency. That's why they say never invest more than what you're willing to lose. Personally, I never invested thousands of dollars into Genesis mining. Yes, I do have a couple $100 in it. Yes, I have been getting my payments. No, not all of them have been regular, but at this point in time, I've made my money back, and I'm not super concerned with it if they go under. I knew that this was always an option. That's why if I try to do trading, I go out and I trade myself on the exchange. I'm not over signing up with, BitConnects or any of these other ones that are out there trying to tell you that they'll give you 1 to 3% daily returns. You can't really trust someone else if you don't own your private keys. It's better to do the job yourself if you're looking to actually make cryptocurrency. No one's actually going to be invested in your money as much as you're invested in your money. So if you like everything that's going on here on Bitcoin and Coffee, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. The numbers are growing and growing around here. We have a nice community down there in the comments here and on Steam It. If I can't get back to you, just write comments down there. People are answering the comments. Everybody here is, they're great. We're all trying to help each other out. We're all trying to avoid scams. We're all trying to help our cryptocurrency grow, and we're all trying to move into the future and bring cryptocurrency there and get it out there to the masses, right? I have all kinds of tools and links down there to help you navigate these cryptocurrency markets. I got links down there to help you make better Steam posts. If you're not on Steam, you got to get over there. You got to sign up. They're giving out free cryptocurrency for being on social media. You can't beat that with a stick, right? There's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, but are they paying you a cryptocurrency? Because, if you're watching me, you're into crypto, you got to start collecting that stuff. It doesn't hurt. So why not start posting over there as well? And since you're over there, upvote my post. It's one of the best things you can do to help out the channel. If you're not on Steam, you're one of those people that believe that Steam is a scam, I got donational addresses down there, so if you got extra crypto, please send me a little. It'd be a great help for the channel here because it's totally unfunded. I'm still working forward, trying to get a better camera. I know the picture's a little blurry. I have to thank Sasha for this wonderful mic, which is allowing, you guys to hear me so clearly, which has made this show a lot better. So thank you again, Sasha, for that. So everybody out there, please keep each other safe, keep your cryptocurrency safe, and remember, Bitcoin's the future.